The Wednesday edition of the JMSports Show is on the air, and I am back. Hello everybody, Jonathan was out here for JMSports 104, the JMSports Show. How's it going? This is a little bit earlier than what I usually record, but as you guys know, I've been having allergy problems that have been draining me. I am tired and I'm ready to go to bed. So I'm going to record this now and get it done and over with. So I don't have the college football record updated because the game is still going on. I'm unable to watch it tonight because it's on ESPNU. Not going to talk a whole lot of baseball because there's a lot of baseball going on today yet. So basically, this is going to be an all NFL deal, and hopefully soon I can get these allergies kicked. I can get to a point where I can get myself to stay up long enough to actually record when I intend to record. But for right now, we'll just do it this way. 9-7 last week in the NFL, straight up. 7-9 against the spread. And so there you go. That's kind of how that went for us, and not real great there. But actually, before we talk about that, we have a game we have to pick for tomorrow. There's games now for the rest of the week in college football. BYU and Boise State, ESPN at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. This is a tough game to call right out the bat. Boise State 24th ranked. BYU is coming off an upset last week. It was one of our 15 losses from last week. You know, they took a loss to Utah 24-21. Kind of surprising there. And then you got Boise State. Boise State is 1-1. Okay, obviously, the one game that they lost was the game that everybody kind of figured they would, but it was also the one game they kind of had to win to get themselves in, to keep themselves kind of as a bracket buster, and they couldn't do it. That was, of course, Michigan State. I expect Boise State to come out of this game successful. One thing that does worry me is the fact that BYU is going to be playing angry after being upset by the Utes. But I do think that because it's at home, the blue turf, can't wait to watch the games because I love the blue turf. I'm going to go with the Broncos in the game, so I've got the Broncos for tomorrow. As I look at the score right now for the Kent State game, I just checked it, 13-7. They're just starting the fourth quarter. Kent State is up, so still anybody's game there. But for right now, we are looking good. So, yeah. NFL. That's where we're going. I'm sorry, guys. I am completely out of it, and I need to get back to being me and healthy. Alright, so I am not prepared for this. We have Panthers-Giants tomorrow. Is what we've got, and I want to talk about that first before we talk about last week. Actually, you know what? No, we're not going to. We'll talk about last week first. Wow, I'm putting pressure on myself. I'm hitting the wrong button because I'm trying to hurry. Alright, so we went 7-9 against the spread last week, like I said, 9-7 straight up. Basically, not good. We are 19-13. I do know straight up. We're not. I don't know what the record is against the spread. I don't think you want to know either, because it is ugly. I will say this. I'm actually going to do the Giant Panther game first. The Panthers are getting a point and a half at home, plus 1.5. So, Giants have to win by 2 if I took them. Panthers have to lose by less than 1 or win. Giants come in with a 1-1 record. Panthers come in with a 1-1 record. I'm not completely giving up on the Giants. Yes, they, for all intents and purposes, should be 0-2. They basically got outplayed by Tampa Bay. And of course, they got beat by the Cowboys in Week 1. But then you look at the Carolina Panthers. Well, what have the Panthers done? Well, the Panthers haven't looked that bad either. I watched their whole game against the Saints last week. Panthers are a good football team. If the Saints are 0-2, yeah, they're kind of a mess. But don't take anything away from the Panthers. They're a good football team. The Panthers did lose to Tampa Bay in Week 1, which surprised me. But it surprised me. But after watching how Tampa Bay fought the Giants last week, I'm not as surprised because I think Tampa Bay is a lot better than what I expected them to be. The Giants will not have Ahmad Bradshaw in this game. They will not have Hickson in this game. And I think, that's something to watch out for. Not having Bradshaw could hurt them a little bit. Being away from home could hurt them a little bit. Quite frankly, I think it's a tight football game. Okay, Carolina's good. Cam Newton is good. The one complaint I have about Cam Newton, and I said earlier this year, is he still has a lot of growing pains that he's trying to work through. And I think eventually he will get through them. I don't think it's this week. I don't think the Panthers are going to pull off an upset, if you can call it that. I am going to go with the Giants. Let's talk about last week just a little bit, just really quick, and then I'm going to say one more thing, and then I'm done. The Kansas City Chiefs Buffalo Bills, what can you say? Kansas City is terrible. Completely terrible. Bills annihilated them. They made a fight out of it late, but they're trying to make a fight out of it late, but they're terrible. Cincinnati and Cleveland. Cleveland is definitely at the bottom of the barrel as far as one of the worst teams in the league, along with Kansas City, and probably maybe you can put Miami down there, and then Jacksonville as well. Minnesota and Indianapolis. Minnesota almost came back and won the game. Andrew Luck is good. Face it. That's just all there is to it. I watched that whole game too. Andrew Luck is good. Oakland and the Miami Dolphins. Miami annihilated the Raiders. Don't get too excited about it. The Raiders were traveling. Traveling teams, traveling that distance, when you come from the West Coast or go to the West Coast, usually doesn't go well for you. Oakland is the better team, I think. Arizona and New England. Everybody's like, holy damn, the Patriots beat the Cardinals, the Cardinals beat the Patriots, world's coming to an end, good lord. No, it's not. Okay, I do think Arizona is a better team than what they've shown, or at least than what I thought they were going to be. But it's going to happen. Every team is going to have a bad game somewhere along the way. And New England almost came back to win that game. If Gosowski wouldn't have missed that field goal, he would have came back. Patriots would have won that game. Patriots probably don't lose another home game all year. Tampa Bay and the New York Giants, we already touched on that one a little bit. Baltimore and Philadelphia. Michael Vick's the greatest. Yeah, no, he's not. Baltimore is not as good as we think. Yes, they are. Eagles are a really good football team. Eagles have a ton of potential. I've heard this said a million times today, and I agree with it, so I'm going to say it too, so I can sound smart. Because it's true. If Philadelphia can erase the turnovers, they'd be a good football team. But the turnovers are killers for any football team. The Eagles are 2-0, and they shouldn't be. Based on the turnovers, which I believe they have 8 or 9, I believe, they should be 0-2. And both their games, they've just barely won. They just barely beat Cleveland. They just barely beat Baltimore. Baltimore is a really good football team. New Orleans and Carolina, we already kind of touched on Carolina. But the Saints, they're a mess without Sean Payton. What more can you say? Now, they are going to get a win. They're going to get a bad win. They're going to take their frustrations out and beat the tar out of somebody. And I have a feeling it's going to be this weekend as the Chiefs come to the Superdome. But, so New Orleans is going to beat on somebody. I think it'll be this weekend, but they fall to 0-2 for the first time in a while. Carolina was just a better team, to be honest. Houston and Jacksonville. Houston destroys Jacksonville, kind of. Are we surprised? That's all you can say is, are we surprised? Jacksonville is bad. Well, they almost beat the Vikings, So the Colts. The Colts aren't great. Vikings aren't good. As long as you've got a somewhat capable quarterback, and that's exactly what Gabbard is somewhat capable. He's no more than that. You can beat the Vikings, so don't get too excited because you beat the Vikings. Jaguars are a bad football team. Houston is a great football team. They're going to win a lot of games. They will make the playoffs again. One of the best teams in the league. And that's just what happened. St. Louis and Washington. All I can say is, I told you so. Said RG3 wasn't going to play quite as well. Granted, yeah, Josh Morgan kind of messed that up the Redskins, which I do want to talk about really, really quickly. He got death threats on Twitter. Come on, guys. To quote one of the ESPN radio people that I look up to, Colin Cowherd, love your life like your sports. At the end of the day, it's just a game. Really it is. Quit with the death threats and people screw up because quite frankly, here's the deal. I don't see you on the field. He did something you didn't do. He made it to the top in the NFL, in football. I don't see you there, so until you can prove you can do it better, shut up. St. Louis is a good football team. Do not sleep on them. I've been saying that. I was saying that the whole offseason. People call me crazy. Don't sleep on them. Guess what? Yeah, they are 1-1, but do not sleep on them. They are a good football team. They took the Lions to the limit and they beat the Redskins. The Redskins are a good football team too. They just have a little bit of work to do. Dallas Cowboys, Seattle Seahawks. I made this my lock of the week, and I was so stupid to do so. Seattle is a good team. They're not a great team. I think they have a chance to win the West, but I think every team in the NFC West has a chance to win the West. That's just a bad division. Seattle's got some excellent corners. Excellent defenders. The defense is pretty good too. Special teams is good. Seattle is quick. I watched just about every snap of the Seattle-Dallas game. They're quick. They're a quick football team. And Seattle just got the best of Dallas. Dallas, really, I know everybody always wants to blame Romo. It's Romo's fault. It's Romo's fault. Well, this time, guess what? It wasn't Tony Romo's fault. This time, he had a really bonehead interception that he threw, but the blocked punt on special teams and stuff, that didn't help either. And it was just stupidity, I guess, by the Cowboys. Cost me a lock of the week. Cost the Cowboys a game. And gave them basically a butt kicking. Jets and Steelers. I think the game was exactly what everybody predicted. The Steelers blowout. The Jets have a miserable schedule. This is a bad time to be a mediocre Jets team. The Jets are a bad team. I think the Jets have a couple of games that they could win. Okay, they've got Miami this weekend. In a month, they've got Indianapolis at home. That one could be a tough one, though. And then I believe they've obviously got Buffalo again. And that may be it for winnable games for the Jets. Obviously, I think the Jets are going to play tough in a lot of games, but the Jets just don't have what it takes to get it done. I don't think so. And the problem is for Mark Sanchez is, the New York media and the fans, if Sanchez doesn't start winning, they're going to call for Tebow. And then Sanchez is buried. He is done in New York if that happens. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they're a good team, and they need to be a good team because their chance of winning, their door for winning is closing. They're quickly going away because they're getting old. I think they can still win, but they're getting old. Still a really good football team, I think. Obviously, Ben Roethlisberger is still a good quarterback. They've got talent wide receivers. I love their receivers. I love their defense, even though it is a little bit old with Polamalu. And, Ryan Clark's not the youngest guy in the world either. James Harrison, not the youngest guy in the world. But Tennessee and San Diego. San Diego is 2-0. They beat on Tennessee pretty good. I have a slight feeling San Diego is a pretender. I think they'll be right there all year. But I think, like always, they'll fall late, like North Turner teams do. Tennessee, Jake Locker's beat up. Hasselbeck is a good quarterback, but Tennessee is just. I don't really think Tennessee fully knows where or who they are right now. And I think they're still trying to figure that out under Mike Munchak. And so, the Sunday night game, Detroit and San Francisco. Quite frankly, to be honest, this game was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. I thought San Francisco was going to blow them out. It didn't happen. What more can you say? San Francisco is still a beast and the best team in the NFL by far. It's not even a close second for San Francisco. They're the best team in the league. Detroit is still really, really good. Okay, don't dump on them just yet. They're pretty good. That's Monday night game. Falcons win 27-21. A lot of people are higher on the Falcons than they are on the Broncos, but people at ESPN and stuff are higher on the Broncos than they are on the Falcons. I am too. Peyton Manning threw 3 interceptions in the first quarter. The second time in his NFL career that he had done that. Peyton was off. But the Broncos had a pretty good fourth quarter and cut it back to a 27-21 loss. I don't like what I saw with Falcons. I don't completely like what I saw from the Falcons defense, especially late. No, granted, plus the officiating in that game, of course, has taken scrutiny all week. It's just that was a horribly officiated game. It was a slow game, and I don't really know what more to say about it. Falcons got the win. I think the Falcons are good, but I think the Broncos are the better team. I think if I had to rank them, I'd put Denver ahead of Atlanta. So that's just my thought. Congratulations to Matt Ryan on getting his first career Monday Night Football win. He is now 1-3 in his career, but the 0-3 that was all against the Saints. So congratulations to him on getting his first Monday Night win. Okay, here's the deal. That version of the show was terrible. So I'm sorry. But I'm tired. Still not fully into it. I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully better than ever. This has been JMSports Show. Have a great night, great day, great whatever. Like us on Facebook, the JMSports Show. Follow us on Twitter. Twitter at JMSports Show. And go ahead and email us, JMSports@yahoo.com, all lowercase. And I will see you guys tomorrow for the Thursday edition of the JM Sports Show. Hopefully better, hopefully I'm more awake, hopefully I'm more into it, hopefully I'm more alert. Good night, guys. This has been the JM Sports Show.